What's up everyone? Welcome back to Drive Insight, and today we've got something seriously special sitting in front of us. This is the 2026 Lexus GX 550, and honestly, the moment it rolled into the studio, everyone stopped what they were doing just to look at it. This satin gray finish, paired with the blacked out trim, the roof rails, and those massive multi-spoke wheels. This thing has presence. It doesn't just sit there, it commands the room. So today, we're going to walk around this beast, talk about the design, the engineering underneath, what it's like to live with, and whether it's actually worth your money in a segment that's more competitive than ever. Let's get into it. First impressions matter, and Lexus clearly understood the assignment with this generation of the GX. For years, the GX was kind of the quiet, comfortable sibling to the Land Cruiser, a vehicle that prioritized luxury and smoothness over outright capability. But this new GX flips that completely. It's boxier, it's more upright, and it looks like it actually wants to go off-road instead of just cruising to the country club. Look at that front fascia. The spindle grille has been reimagined here into this aggressive, almost architectural shape, split into these vertical slats that give it a much more technical, purposeful look compared to the flowing organic grilles Lexus used on their sedans. It's still unmistakably a Lexus. That badge in the center makes sure of that, but it's a Lexus that's been to the gym. The headlights are worth talking about too. These slim L-shaped units sit high and wide, giving the front end this confident, almost predatory stance. And underneath them, you've got these squared-off fog lamp housings that continue that rugged theme. Everything about the lower bumper, the skid plate styling, the way the black cladding wraps around the wheel arches, it all screams that this vehicle is ready for more than just school runs and grocery store parking lots. Even if, let's be honest, that's where most of these are actually going to spend their time. Moving to the side profile, and this is where you really start to appreciate the proportions. The GX rides on a proper body-on-frame platform, shared with the Land Cruiser and the Tundra, and you can feel that in stance. High ground clearance, short overhangs, and a roofline that stays flat and level all the way from the windshield to the rear hatch. Those roof rails aren't just decoration either. They're functional, ready for a cargo box or a rooftop tent if you're the adventurous type. The window line kicks up slightly toward the rear, giving it a bit of visual tension, and the way the greenhouse tapers keeps the whole silhouette from looking like a giant gray brick, even though structurally, that's basically what it is. Now let's talk about the wheels for a second, because these multi-spoke black and machined units on our test vehicle look absolutely fantastic against that satin gray paint. They fill out the wheel arches perfectly, no awkward gaps, no looking like the car is wearing shoes 2 sizes too big. And when you've got a vehicle this tall and this boxy, wheel fitment can make or break the entire look. Lexus nailed it here. Under the hood, the GX 550 designation tells you exactly what you're getting. A twin-turbocharged 3.4-liter V6 producing 349 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, no V8 option anymore. And yeah, that's a real shift for Lexus. But don't let the cylinder count fool you. This engine, paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission, actually delivers more torque than the outgoing V8 did. And it does it lower in the rev range, which matters a lot when you're doing real towing or technical off-roading. This is the same basic architecture you'll find in the Tundra and the Land Cruiser, and Toyota and Lexus have had plenty of time to sort out the reliability concerns that plagued these engines in their earlier iterations. Power gets sent to all 4 wheels through a 2-speed transfer case, and depending on trim, you're looking at a locking center differential, a Torsen limited slip up front on the Overtrail models, and Lexus's multi-terrain select system that lets you tailor throttle response and traction control for mud, sand, rock, or snow. This isn't a soft roader dressed up in tough guy clothing. This is a genuinely capable off-road platform wearing a very expensive suit. Now let's pop the doors and step inside, because this is really where Lexus separates itself from something like a Land Cruiser or a 4Runner. The cabin is where all that luxury heritage comes through. You've got these beautifully stitched leather seats, real metal accents instead of fake wood or plastic trim pretending to be something it's not, and a dashboard layout that feels genuinely modern without being overwhelming. The infotainment screen sits proud on top of the dash, angled toward the driver, running Lexus's latest software, which, thankfully, is a massive improvement over the frustrating trackpad system they used to torture us with. Now it's touch-based, it's got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and the response time is actually snappy instead of laggy. Behind the wheel, you get a fully digital gauge cluster that you can customize depending on your drive mode, and the visibility out of this thing is fantastic. Because of that upright, boxy design, you're not fighting with a low-sloped windshield or tiny rear glass like you would in a lot of modern crossovers. You sit up high, you see everything around you, and honestly, that commanding driving position is a huge part of why people fall in love with body-on-frame SUVs like this one. Space-wise, the GX offers seating for up to 7, depending on configuration, though most buyers will probably option it with the more comfortable second-row captain's chairs, dropping it to 6. The third row is there in a pinch, but like most vehicles in this class, it's best reserved for kids or short trips rather than adults on a long highway haul. Where this thing really shines is cargo space. With the third row folded, you get a genuinely useful flat-load floor that can swallow luggage, gear, camping equipment, whatever your life throws at it. On the road, the GX 550 rides on an adaptive variable suspension system, and on higher trims, you get the option of a stabilizer disconnect mechanism specifically for off-roading, which lets the front sway bar decouple to maximize wheel articulation over rough terrain, then automatically reconnects for stability once you're back on pavement. It's a clever piece of engineering that shows Lexus wasn't just chasing looks with this generation. They actually built in real functional upgrades for people who plan to use this vehicle the way it looks like it should be used. Ride quality on regular roads is composed and comfortable, though you will notice some body roll in corners simply because of the physics involved with a tall, heavy, body-on-frame vehicle riding on a solid rear axle. That's the trade-off you accept for the off-road capability and the towing strength, which by the way sits around 9,000 pounds on properly equipped trims, making this a legitimate option for people who need to haul a boat, a camper, or a trailer full of toys. Fuel economy is not going to be this vehicle's strong suit, and if you're cross-shopping against a more efficient crossover, this isn't the vehicle for you. But nobody buying a GX is doing it because they're chasing miles per gallon. They're buying it because they want the durability of a proper truck-based platform, wrapped in genuine Lexus luxury, styled in a way that finally looks as tough as it actually is. Pricing is where things get interesting because the GX starts in the mid-$60,000 range. But once you start climbing through the trims, especially into something like the Overtrail or the top luxury trim we're looking at today, you're pushing well into the $80,000 territory, and some fully loaded examples can creep even higher than that. That puts it in direct competition with the Land Rover Defender, the Mercedes G-Class in spirit if not in price, and obviously its own cousin, the Toyota Land Cruiser, which shares a lot of DNA but comes in at a noticeably lower price point with less luxury polish. So who is this vehicle actually for? Honestly, I think this is for someone who wants a genuine adventure vehicle but refuses to sacrifice comfort and refinement to get it. It's for the person who might actually take this thing off-road on the weekend, then drive it to a nice dinner that same night and not feel out of place in either setting. It's a vehicle built on proven Toyota engineering, wrapped in the design language that finally makes the GX feel like its own thing instead of just a dressed-up Land Cruiser. Overall, I walked into this review expecting another soft, comfortable luxury cruiser, and what I actually got was a genuinely tough, capable, and gorgeous SUV that happens to have a beautiful interior attached to it. Lexus took a real risk moving away from the V8 and reshaping the design this dramatically. But from where I'm standing, that risk paid off in a massive way. That's going to do it for today's video. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the new GX design, whether you missed the V8, and which trim you'd actually pick if this was sitting in your driveway. If you enjoyed this walk around, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you in the next one. This has been Drive Insight. Thanks for watching.